It's already a lot of stuff because we picked up like 13 pairs of dunks alone. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to episode 70 of going from $100 all the way up to $100,000. Now, before we begin, we have a grand total from all the previous episodes of $11,049.44 in cash to play around with, and tens of thousands of dollars in our inventory, which we'll go over at the end of the video. Before we begin, I just want to say thank you guys so much for all the support recently. It really means a lot to me, so thank you guys for all of that. And yeah, let's waste no more time, head up to some stores and see what we can pick up today. Okay, to start it off, they have these Jordan 1 mids here and these cream peach dunks. Definitely picking up more of those dunks. Then these 13s, I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but the toe box is completely destroyed on them. They still have the French blues here. The Georgetown 6s, I need these as a personal, just need them to go down in price. Then there's like olive tan colorway and the 7, such a brick colorway, I don't like these at all. Then they still have the citruses here, and the Jordan 12 stealths are still sitting. Same thing with the black taxis. And the smaller sizes of the Jordan 2 Chicagos. These Jordan 9s are still sitting here too. Same thing with the dark Concord Jordan 5s. Except this one's missing the lace lock, really weird. And somehow they still have green beans here. I don't know how these are still sitting. And the new Aqua 5s. And I'm a big fan of this colorway, not gonna lie. Okay, we are back. And I just want to let you guys know, a couple of my footage got corrupted, and I just want to apologize right now because I know the editing on these videos have been slacking recently, but keep an eye out for next episode. I'm going to change a lot of the editing style on that video, so I hope you enjoy it. But let's continue on with today. We lost some footage of some of the stuff we picked up today, like some more of these Nike Dunk lows here, this peach cream colorway. You saw them last episode. We got a few more. We got around 8 more pairs in this colorway, pretty much a full size run. And yeah, we paid the same amount as we did last episode, so yeah, we have a stupid amount of these in our inventory now. And like always, all the sizes will be at the end of the video. Then we picked up some more dunks for the same price, $112.57. We got 5 pairs, and it is this Nike Dunk Low Terry swoosh colorway. A decent colorway, however, I'm just not the biggest fan of this like furry swoosh on them. The colorway itself is nice, but this swoosh is just really weird and honestly would get mad dirty mad fast. But yeah, we picked up 5 pairs of these. Then an 11.5 in these Air Force One lows. You guys probably remember what they are because we did pick up some of these in the past. It is this maroon colorway, and the only reason I picked this one up is because, spoiler alert for the end of the video, all of the pairs that we bought have already sold, so we picked up another one, a size 11.5. Hopefully it sells just as fast. And then finally some Jordan 11 cherries. We got 4 sizes. We got 2 3.5 wides and 2 4.5 wides. And you're probably wondering, why did I pick up such small sizes? Because I always tell you, small sizes never really sell that great. But the reason is we got these under retail, paid $158 for them. And yeah, at that price, I should be able to move these stupid fast. So yeah, that's everything we picked up today. It's already a lot of stuff because we picked up like 13 pairs of dunks alone. So a lot of volume. But again, we got them all under retail, which is great. Yeah, let's fast forward to the next time we go. Hopefully we can find some even better stuff and continue this hot streak we're on. Okay, to start off, they have these mids here. Really nice quality on this pair, not gonna lie. Definitely picking these up. Then they have some true blue ones here sitting. I think this is a size 8. Just too small of a size to pick up. Then these NMDs are like 90 bucks, but not enough to pick up. Then they had these crazy Adidas Grinch shoes. Not gonna lie, I have no idea who would wear these, but definitely not picking these ones up. Then at the outlet, they had these really weird ones that had like pockets and zippers and all this weird stuff on them. Definitely one of the weirder pairs of ones I've seen. Then these LeBrons with this very furry swoosh on them. No resale value on these. Then these new Jordan 1 mids. Again, no resale value on them. Okay, we are back and we found a lot of good stuff. A lot of stuff we got under retail, which is great. First off, a pair that we paid normal retail, $168, a size 10.5 in these New Balances. The 550 in this like pine green colorway. It's probably one of the nicer New Balance 550s that I've seen. I really do like this colorway. And my wife just got a personal pair, so now I'm debating getting a pair of 550s just so we can be matching, but I'm not too sure. I'm not really sold on the 550s or the New Balances as of yet, but who knows, maybe in the future I'll get a pair. And if I were to get a pair, this would definitely be like a colorway I would go for. But yeah, if you have any of the New Balance 550 or any other models, please comment them down below and let me know your opinions on them, like comfort wise, all of this stuff. I'm really on the fence about it. So if you have any positive things or negative things to say about some of these New Balances, please let me know in the comments below. I would love to read them. And yeah, these surprisingly have a pretty good resale value, so pretty happy about picking this pair up. Then for $95, we got two pairs of these Air Force One mids, a size 9 and 8.5, I believe, in this like chocolate colorway. The suede on these is pretty nice, I'm not gonna lie. This is them right here, and the suede on them is so nice. Honestly, better than some suede you see on like Jordans and stuff like that. A really nice quality pair of mids here. However, it's some Air Force One mids, and usually they don't have any resale value. However, getting them for 95 bucks, I should be able to make some decent profit on them because at that price it's so cheap. And yeah, pretty happy about getting this pair. Then you guys might be able to tell by the box, but we got 8 pairs of these all under retail, paid around 165 bucks per pair, and it is the Jordan 1 High Starfishes. Not gonna lie, it surprises me that these are so low considering it's such a nice colorway. It's literally just like a shattered backboard colorway for women's. The fact that they're so low right now literally blows my mind. I can't believe that a shattered backboard colorway like this is under retail, honestly. But yeah, we got 8 pairs all under retail. Again, should have no problem moving these. However, they are the smaller sizes, so I don't expect to make the craziest amount of profit, but getting them under retail and at that 165 mark, there is like literally no way I can make some money on these. Then for $191, you guys can probably tell what it is by the box alone. It's some Jordan 12s. We got 11 pairs, again paid $191.10 per pair. Sizes ranging from a 9.5 all the way to a 12, so pretty decent sizes. You guys know once shoes like this go down in price, I can buy a lot of them and sell them pretty fast. And that's what is happening with these Jordan 12 black taxis. For the price I paid, there is no way I can't make a good amount of money on each pair. These should sell super fast. Honestly, by the end of maybe even next episode, all of my sizes will most likely be sold, which is great. A lot of this stuff we did get under retail, so I should be able to move a lot of that stuff stupidly fast. So be ready for the next few episodes for our sales to be insane. So yeah, that is everything we picked up today. A lot of great stuff. Honestly, the past couple days have been really good for getting a bunch of like bulk stuff, that things that we just practically need because they do sell really fast. Yeah, this episode and even last episode, all that stuff we bought, I don't see it sitting for very long, which is great. And yeah, let's do this one more time, hit up some stores, see what we can pick up, and end the episode hopefully very strong. Okay, they got these new Nike Dunk lows, definitely picking up these. Not the biggest fan of the colorway, but they do have some resale value. And they have the black and white Jordan 1 lows and mids, but the Jordan 1 low is just too small a size, so we're not going to pick that pair up. Then they have these crazy lows here. We got it for even cheaper than the price tag. Then we got this pair of Air Force Ones, a size 7.5, last pair they had, definitely picking this pair up. Then we found some more of the Jordan 1 lows in this black and white colorway, but this one was even a smaller size. I believe this was a size 7. Then in toddler sizes, they have these Jordan 4s, these Jordan 1 mids with lots of fur all over them, and they have the Chicago, so definitely just picking up the Chicago's only real thing with some resale value. Then we found some taller fire red 3s, gonna pick these ones up as well. Then they had these Jordan 37s, I believe is what they are, but they were full price, can't make any money on these. Same thing with these 13s, they were full price, no discount at all, so we're just gonna leave them. Okay, and I think we did really good this episode. Honestly, this is probably one of our better episodes volume wise. The past couple episodes we've been buying a crazy amount of stuff in volume. However, this volume of stuff is some like more of that hype stuff, unlike the stuff that we bought last episode from the Nike outlet, which was pretty much bricks. This is all like Jordans, Dunks, all that great stuff. Starting off at the Nike outlet, we have these LeBron lows here. You guys probably have seen these in stores. I've seen these at like Foot Locker and Champs, but at the full retail price of like $245. However, they were at the Nike outlet for $169.99, so 178 bucks with tax. I picked up a size 13 because in basketball shoes like this, the bigger sizes typically always go for a lot more than the smaller sizes. So yeah, that's why I picked up this pair. Another pair that should move really fast for us. Next up, some women's Jordan 1 lows. We got them for $126. And it is this pink velvet colorway, a really nice clean colorway, a size 10 women's. Not the best, but not the worst size, mainly because they're a colorway like this, you would typically want to get like women's sizes, and since this is a 10 women's, most likely than not this will be worn by a guy or a woman with really big feet. But regardless, I only paid $126 for them, so I should be able to get some pretty decent profit on this pair. And yeah, honestly, the laces on these go crazy. I don't know what it is. When the light hits it in a certain angle, it just looks crazy. And yeah, can't complain about this shoe, not gonna lie. Then we got some Jordan 4s. I'm pretty sure you saw we picked some of these up last episode. However, last time we got a 10 and it was full price. This time we only paid $204 for the Canyon purples. Unfortunately, it's a 6.5 women, so it's not a big size. However, with them being $200, it's almost impossible not to sell them for a profit. Next up, some more Air Force One lows. JD has been having a lot of these Air Forces that I've been picking up for a really good price, selling them for a pretty nice profit. This pair, a size 7.5, $134 is what we paid. It is this all black pair. Definitely one of the weirder pairs that we picked up in these Air Forces. I would say this is probably my least favorite one that we picked up. However, it does have some decent resale value. As you guys can see, the swoosh here is really weird. I'm not a fan of this one at all. Regardless of that, there is some resale value on these, so that's why we picked this up. It was the only size they had, and for some reason the 7.5 had the biggest resale value out of them all, so can't complain about this pair either. And then a really small box. I don't know how I keep finding like toddler and preschool pairs of this, but I do. It is the Jordan 1 High Lost and Found. Nothing much to be said about this. Paid $84 for them, and I should be able to sell them for around $150. So again, another great shoe that you can't complain about. Then from the Nike outlet, we paid $57 for them. Another really small box, a size 10C and a 9C in the Jordan 3 Fire Reds here. This one I don't expect to be making the craziest profit, but probably around like $20 per pair on these. So again, you can't complain about like a $20 profit per pair, especially when it's something super easy like this to flip. Then for $183, we got two pairs, both being a size 13 in this newly released Jordan 1 Mid in the black and white colorway. I was originally trying to get the lows, however, practically all of the sizes were sold out. But like I tell you, the bigger sizes usually do better, so that's why I picked up these mids, even though they're $183 bucks. But again, should be able to move these for hopefully 220, but I guess we'll find out. A super clean and easy colorway to wear, so it should have no problem selling these at all. And then finally, 8 pairs of these Nike Dunk Lows, paid $120.49 each for this colorway here. It's this light pink colorway. I'm not too sure the exact colorway on them, but again, since we paid $120 under retail, we should have no problem selling these. Even if we do have to sell them below retail, I should have absolutely no problem at all selling these. So yeah, I think we did pretty decent today. However, on this shoe, the one thing I really don't like is, as you can see, but yeah, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what I think about these. They do have some resale value, especially at that $120 price point we paid. Should move these really fast. Yeah, guys, that is everything we picked up this episode. Really great stuff in my opinion. I think a lot of this stuff should move really fast. And yeah, we did sell a decent amount of stuff in our inventory. Not the most. Hopefully in the next coming episodes, we sell a lot of stuff. And yeah, with that being said, let's just go over everything we sold this episode, starting with the Jordan 1 Low SE True Blue in a size 13, 11, and 8. The Jordan 1 Mid Green Python, we sold all of our sizes at 8.5, 8, and both of the 7.5 women's. The Jordan 13 French Blue, we sold all of our sizes, both of the 12s, both of the 11.5s, and both of the 11s. Then the Jordan 1 Low True Blue that just came out, we sold all of our sizes again, both of the 13s, the 12s, the 10.5, and 9. Then the Zoom Victory Volt Orange, we sold all of our sizes, 5 pairs of the 13s, the size 12, 7 pairs of the 11s, and 3 sizes in the size 10. Then the Air Force One Low College Pack Midnight Navy, we sold the size 13, 11.5, 10.5, 9.5, and 9. Then the Nike Free Run 2 Black and White colorway, we sold the size 10 and 9. Then in the Wolf Gray colorway, we sold the size 11.5, 10.5, and 10. Like I said, sold a decent amount of stuff. It's not like the craziest amount, however, it is a good chunk of stuff. And yeah, with that being said, let's go over everything in our inventory, that including the stuff we picked up this episode, starting with then in the Puma LaMelo Ball MB02 Lunar New Year Jade in a size 12, the Adidas Trae Young 1 Tie-Dye in a size 13, the Nike Guinness Immortality Black Anthrite colorway in a size 11 and 9, then in the LeBron 9 Low Reverse Liverpool colorway we have a 13, then the LeBron Witness 6 Black Deep Royal Blue in a size 14, then in the Nike Cosmic Unity Green Glow in a size 12 and 10.5. Then in the Nike SB Alley-Oop Black Toe colorway, we have a 13, 11.5, 11, 10, and 9. Then in the black and white colorway, we have an 11 and 9. Then in the white colorway, we have an 11.5, 11, and 10. The Nike SB Blazer Court White and Black in a 13, 12, 11, and 2 10s. Then in the New Balance 550 White Rain Cloud colorway, we have an 8.5 women's. Then in the Sea Salt Pine Green colorway, we have a size 10.5. The Cream Black colorway in a 9.5. The Nike SB Free Premium Ash Gray in a 13, 11.5, 11, 10, and 9.5. Then in the Summit White Lilac colorway in a 13, 3, 11.5, and 11, and 10.5. Then in the Air Max 95 N7s, we have a 12 and 11. The Air Max 97 Golden Gals in a 10.5 women's. Then the Air Max 90 Terrascape Black Element Pink, we have 2 12s, 2 11.5s, 2 9s, and 1 8. The Air Max Avio Black Bright Crimson in a 12. The Air Max Correlate White Black Red colorway in 11.5. Then in the Pure Platinum colorway, we have a 10.5 and 9. Then in the Club Purple Turquoise Blue colorway, we have a 9.5 women's. The Air Max Torch 3 Black in a 10.5 and 10. The Nike Air Force 1 Mid QS Jewel Oil Green colorway in a size 11. Then in the Chocolate colorway, we have a 9 and 8.5. Then the Air Force 1 Low Triple White, we have an 11.5. The White Black Teal colorway in an 11, 3 10.5s, a 10, 9.5, and 9. Then in the College Pack Midnight Navy colorway, we have a size 11. Then in the College Pack Night Maroon colorway, we have an 11. Then in the Black Royal Carbon Fiber colorway, we have 2 11s. Then in the Multi Swoosh Black Orange colorway, we have a 7.5. Then in the Uno colorway, we have a 12, 9.5, 7, 3 6.5s, and a 6. The Air Max 1 Gulf Tiger in an 8 and 7. Then in the Air Max 2090 Black White colorway, we have a 12, 11.5, and 10 men's, and 3 9 women's, and 2 8.5 women's. Then in the Barely Rose colorway in a 9 women's. Then in the Triple White colorway in a size 11.5, 11, 10.5, 10, and 9.5. Then in the Black Hyper Pink colorway, we have a 12, 2 10.5, 2 10s, and 2 9.5 women's. Then in the Pink Oxford colorway, we have a 12 and 10.5 women's. Then in the Violet Ash Multi colorway, we have a 12, 11, and 8 women's. Then in the Oreo colorway, we have an 8, 7.5, and 6 women's. Then in the Next Nature Pink Blast colorway, we have 3 5.5s, 1 6, 1 7.5, 1 8, 1 9, 1 9.5, and 2 10.5 women's. Then in the White Black Photo Blue colorway in an 11. Then the Air Max Thea Mid Ale Brown colorway, we have an 11, 8, 3 7.5s, and a 7 women's. Then in the Black Sail colorway, we have a 9, 8.5, 3 8, a 7.5, and 6.5 women's. Then in the Air Max 2017 Wolf Gray, we have 2 14s, an 11.5, 11, 10, 9.5, 9, and 8.5. Then in the Pure Platinum Wolf Gray Women's, we have a 10.5, 10, 8.5, 2 8, 6.5, 5.5, and 5. Then in the men's sizes, we have a 13, 12.5, 12, 2 11.5, 11, 2 10.5, a 10, 9, and 7.5. Then in the Black Anthrite colorway, we have 2 9.5, a 9, 2 8.5, 2 8s, and 1 7.5 women. Then in the Triple Black colorway, we have 2 13s, a 12.5, 3 12s, 2 11.5, 3 11s, a 10.5, 2 10s, 2 9.5, 2 9s, 2 8.5s, an 8, 7.5, and 7. Then in the Cool Gray colorway, we have a 14, 13, 12, 11.5, 3 11s, 2 10.5s, 2 10s, and a 9. The Nike Air Max Axis Triple White in a size 9.5 and 6.5 women's. Then the Nike Air Max Alpha Trainer 4 Black in a size 13. Then in the React Infinity Run Black Iron Gray, we have a 10.5 and 9.5. Then in the Black colorway, we have a 13, 9, and 8. Then in the Leopard colorway, we have a 9.5, 8.5, 7.5, and 5.5 women's. Then in the Flash Crimson Baltic Blue colorway, we have an 11 and 8. Then in the Black Team Orange colorway, we have a 13, 12, 11.5, 10.5, and 10. Then in the Wolf Gray colorway, we have a 14, 12, 2 11.5, 3 11, 2 10.5, a 10, 9.5, 3 9s, and 8.5, and 8. Then in the Black and White colorway, in women's, we have 3 8.5, 3 8, 2 7.5, 2 7s, a 9, and 9.5. Then in men's, we have 3 13s, 2 12s, 3 11.5, 3 11s, 2 10.5, 3 10s, 2 9.5, 5 9s, 4 8.5s, and 1 8. Then in the black University Red Hyper Jade, we have a 6.5, 7, 7.5, 8, 8.5, 9, and 9.5. Then in the black Safari Hyper Pink colorway, we have 3 13s and 4 10s. The Nike Air Structure OG White Neo Teal colorway, we have 2 13s, 3 12.5s, 3 12s, 3 11.5s, 3 11, 4 10.5s, 3 10s, a 9.5, 2 9s, an 8.5, 8, and 7.5. Then in the black smoke gray colorway, we have 3 13s, 5 12s, an 11.5, 11, 2 10.5s, a 9.5, 9, 8.5, and 8. The Nike Free RN Flyknit 2018 black and white colorway in the size 13, 11, 10, 9.5, and 9. The black Anthrite colorway in a size 13, 12.5, 12, 11.5, 10.5, 10, 9.5, 9, and 8.5. Then in the Nike Air Presto triple black shiny toe, we have an 11 and 8. Then in the Nike Challenger OG White University Red, we have 1 13, 3 12s, 2 11.5, 1 11, and 2 10.5. Then in the Nike M2K Techno, we have the white pure platinum in a size 8.5, 8, 7.5, 7, and 6.5 women. Then in the ACG Mountain Fly Low SE in the Iron Stone colorway in a size 10.5 and 9.5. Then in the Canyon Purple colorway in a 10.5 and 9.5. Then the Nike Pegasus Trail 3 in the triple black colorway. The Nike Dunk Low Nike 100 in a size 7Y. Then in the Peach Cream colorway, we have a size 10 women's, 2 9.5s, a 9, 2 8.5s, an 8, 2 7.5s, a 7, and 6 women's. Then in the Terry Swoosh colorway, we have a 10, 9.5, 9, 8.5, and 5 women's. Then in the Light Smoke Gray colorway, we have a 6 and 7 women's. Then in the triple pink preschool colorway, we have a 2.5Y, 1.5Y, and 1Y. Then in the Miami Hurricanes colorway, we have an 11 and 10. Then in the Arizona State colorway, we have a 13 and 12. Then in the pink Oxford colorway, we have a 10, 2 9 women's, 2 8.5s, a 7.5, 7, and 6.5 women's. Then in the Argon toddler sizes, we have 2 10C. Then the Nike Dunk High Electric Purple Midnight Navy in a 6Y. Then in the Deadpool colorway, a 6.5Y. Then in the Desert Camo colorway, we have a 10 9, 2 8.5s, and 2 8 women's. The Jordan 2 Zions in a size 11. Then the Jordan Air Cadence Black Light Smoke Gray in a 10.5. Then in the Black Dark Concord colorway, we have a 10. Then the Jordan Westbrook 1 Take Black Cement in a 10, 11, and 12. Then the Jordan Access White in an 11.5. Then the Bread colorway in a 10.5 and 12. Then the Air Max Aurora Cool Gray in a 10 and 11. Then in the Jordan 12 Black Taxis, we have a 12, 2 11.5s, 2 11s, 2 10.5s, 2 10s, and a 9.5. Then in the Jordan 11 Cherries, we have an 8.5, 8, 6Y, 2 4.5Ys, a 4Y, and 2 3.5Ys. Then in the Jordan 9 Fire Red, we have a size 7. Then in the Jordan 7 Citrus, we have a 12 and 2 11s. Then in the Jordan 4 Canyon Purple, we have a 10 and 6.5 women's. Then in the Jordan 3 Fire Red, we have a 10C and 9C. Then in the Jordan 2 Chicagos, we have 2 12s, an 11.5, 2 11s, a 10.5, 2 10s, and a 6.5Y. The Jordan 1 Low Reverse Black Toe, we have 3 8.5 women's. Then in the tie-dye colorway, we have a 10 and 8.5. Then in the pink violet colorway, we have a 10 women's. Then in the Canvas Iris Whisper Sail colorway, we have a 6 women's. Then in the Stealth colorway, we have 2 9 women's and 2 8.5 women's. Then in the Zen Masters, we have a 7Y. Then in the Game Royal colorway, we have a 12. Then in the Washed Teal colorway, we have a 7.5 and 6.5 women. Then in the Space Jam colorway, we have 2 13s. Then in the Alternate Bread colorway, we have a 7Y and 12. The Jordan 1 High True Blue, we have a 5Y. Then in the Jordan 1 High Taxis, we have 2 7Ys, 4 13s, and a size 8. Then in the Lost and Found colorway, we have a 1.5Y, 2 1Ys, and a 5C. The Stealth colorway in a 6 and 4Y. Then in the NYC to Paris colorway, we have a 7.5. Then the White Black Volt University Gold colorway in a 9.5. Then in the Starfish colorway, we have a 7.5, 7, 2 6.5s, 2 6, a 5.5, and 5 women's. And finally, the Jordan 1 High Dior's in a size 9.5. And yeah, if you guys are interested in any of those things I just listed, Instagram is in the description below. Hit me up. And yeah, thank you guys for all the support recently. I'm going to be doing a Q&A really soon. So if you have any questions you want me to answer in a video, comment them down below. I would say majority majority of the people who comment something will be in a video very shortly. So thank you guys for all of that. And yeah, I'll see you guys next episode. Let's roll our brand new tally right now.